It's another day, the sun is shining. Got to know what's going on around you. Wake up, it's the time to motivate your mind. Come with me, let's make this moment brighter. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Come on and wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Hey.
Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise. We're up dead early on another fantastic Friday. It's a Christmassy Friday, and we're so happy that you can join us. My name is Mark Diney.
And I'm Gabrielle Gardner, wishing a happy Friday to you.
If you didn't know, folks, the season is upon us. If you look at our lovely set today, I hope you're feeling the vibe. Gabrielle didn't tell me to put on my red jacket,
I mean,
but that's okay.
I feel like once you get past the first week in December, you know it is time to bring out the Christmas colors, and I'm going to be enjoying Christmas all season long.
All right. I got the memo now. I was feeling tropical, but no, it is the middle of winter. There's snow around, there's reindeer, and there's hot chocolate everywhere, so I need to be appropriately attired.
Yeah,
So.
I'm really excited about these twinkling lights.
Yes.
Like it's really, once the Christmas lights come out, it's showtime.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. And I hope you're having a wonderful morning this morning. It's a little chilly, so you're probably wrapped up in bed, watching us, peeking through the covers, looking at the TV, sipping on your coffee, and we're so happy that you're joining us. How was your week, Gabrielle?
It was a great week. I got to do some really exciting work, and we actually just released a commercial that we did for Cable Bahamas, so be sure to check it out. We're getting everybody in the Christmas feels.
There you go. I like that. I like that. The Christmas feels, yes, is upon us. Exams are winding down. Schools are slowly closing. Offices slowing down. And so just hoping that you get to close out your year and your December on a high note. You know, get those last projects out, those last emails, set your out of office messages, and boom, let's get ready to enjoy the Christmas season.
Yeah, as the Bahamians would say, we have approached the Christmas and we are getting ready, and we've been having some conversations about when the office is going to close and when our last meetings and X, Y, and Z are. And I'm like, all right, we're already there. We're already at that point. Like, we'll revisit this after the holidays.
You know, like when you try to ask somebody to do something after 3 o'clock on a Friday,
Yeah.
we're pretty much after 3 o'clock in the year.
This year, absolutely,
We're
absolutely.
getting close, so don't ask
Absolutely.
anybody to do anything else. We're winding down. But thanks again for joining us. We got a great show today. We're going to be talking about the Clement Bethel National Arts Festival Award Ceremony, and we'll also be talking about how the Bahamas Professional Golfers Association is gearing up for the National Pro Golf Championship.
We'll also be hearing about the events and activities for the National Cultural Heritage Month, and Dino Huyler is here to tell us about the musical drama, The Promise. But first, let's check on weather with Godfrey Burnside.
Brought to you by NUA, the hands-on agency.
Conditions, particularly in the central and southeastern islands, some cool temperatures and also some breezy conditions. For the most part, relatively dry also over the next couple of days. So today, we're looking at partly sunny, with breezy and warm, particularly over the central and southeastern islands, with a slight chance of a passing shower, your high temperature 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Tonight, a few patchy clouds around, a bit on the breezy side, and cool, we low going down to 66 degrees Fahrenheit. And some regional highs and lows across the Caribbean, Barbados 86 and 77. In Jamaica, 89 and 76. In Trinidad, 85 and 76. And the Turks and Caicos Islands, 85 and 70. Across North America, Atlanta, 61 and 47. In Boston, 44 and 34. In Miami, 77 and 70. Dallas, Texas, 75 and 55. And Toronto, Canada, 46 and 42. As you go to the weekend, pretty good weekend still weather-wise, but by Sunday afternoon, we do expect some increasing cloudiness with some showers and possible thunderstorms ahead of a frontal boundary should move into the Grand Bahama area on Monday morning early, New Providence by afternoon. Therefore, we have some cloudiness on Monday also with a couple of showers, maybe a thunderstorm. That cold front passes through, another cold front passes through Wednesday or Thursday, though temperature daytime will be in the low 80s at daytime and the upper 60s at nighttime. That puts you up your first look at weather sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Mark.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers. Use SMS messaging instead. With Alive Business SMS messaging, you can send personalized messages to hundreds or even thousands of recipients instantly. It's quick, effortless, and cost-effective. Plus, it ensures that your messages are delivered directly to your customers' cellular phones, guaranteeing higher engagement. Save time and boost your outreach with SMS bulk messaging. Call Alive Business at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
Meet Leno, your bridge to the future. Wealth planning, investments, corporate services, trust services, pension administration, fund administration, outsourced accounting, and payroll. When you think of financial solutions, think of Leno. Local or international, company or individual, Leno can help. Our team of skilled professionals has the experience and expertise needed for you to strive. Your goals are our goals and our priority. Leno will guide you to the right financial solution with the knowledge, resources, and support you need. Give us a call at 242-396-3225 or email us at info@lenobahamas.com to get started. Visit our website, www.lenobahamas.com, for more information today. Leno, your bridge to the future.
Here are 3 young people who stopped attending high school and got disengaged in their educational journey due to the pandemic. Today, they are proudly taking their walk all over the place because they took advantage of BTVI's Smart Start initiative. All high school students in New Providence and the Family Islands can participate in free hands-on learning to improve employability, learn basic literacy and numeracy skills, and earn a BTVI certificate in automotive mechanics, beauty and construction trades, or fashion in only 14 weeks for full-time participants or 24 weeks for part-time. Don't count yourself out. Do what they did and enroll today. Email smartstart@btvi.edu.ds or call 502-6300 so you can take your walk anywhere in life.
Did you know the National Insurance Act provides for an insured pregnant woman to access her maternity benefit before or after delivering her baby? Expecting mothers are entitled to 13 weeks of maternity leave, which can be applied for by completing the Med-2 claim for maternity benefit form. Section A is completed by a registered physician or certified midwife. The medical practitioner certifies the expected or actual confinement period, signs the form, and affixes their official stamp. Forms completed by medical practitioners outside of the Bahamas must be accompanied by the physician's business card. In sections B and C, the claimant provides personal and employment details, declares their last day at work, signs and dates the form. The Med-2 form is always accompanied by Form Med-4 or Employer Certificate, which is completed by the employer. Both the Med-2 and accompanying Med-4 forms must be submitted within 3 months from the first day of confinement. Forms submitted outside of this period are considered late and will be subject to review by the Late Claims Committee. Before submitting forms, check that all fields are accurately completed. Incomplete forms or forms with incorrect information will delay the processing of your benefit application. For more information, visit the NIB website at nib-bahamas.com.
Welcome back. The Clement Bethel National Arts Festival is a time when Bahamian skills and talents are displayed proudly, and tonight these remarkable talents will be awarded. And here to tell us more are Sonovia Pierre, she's a senior cultural officer and music organizing secretary for the Clement Bethel National Arts Festival. And we also got Miles Johnson. He's a national winner and a graduate of NGM Major High. Good morning and welcome back to Bahamas and Sunday.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, and appreciate y'all being here talking about the National Arts Festival. For those who don't know, what is the E. Clement Bethel National Arts Festival all about?
Well, it's 64 years old, so there's a lot of people that know, I'm sure, who've gone through it. We have a lot of greats like Joanne Callan, Fred Ferguson, Philip Burrows, all these people at some time or another have been in the National Arts Festival. Categories: music, instrumental, piano, strings, just about everything that you can think about. Vocal, there's art, and I tell people art has so many facets. It has painting, drawing, craft, fashion. There's so many things. And then, of course, there's dance, there's junkanoo. It's just a festival that is inclusive of every talent of everybody. And that's what the National Arts Festival is.
And aren't we so talented here in our little Bahamas?
Yes, we are.
Such powerhouses we produce. How do you actually choose a winner? It seems like it's probably pretty difficult.
Well,
right?
you know, we travel to every island where there's an entrant. We have a team of adjudicators. And they go around and they listen to the students perform, and we find gems everywhere. We've been to Farmers Key, Berry Islands, some of the littlest planes, some of the littlest boats. Sometimes I'm like, are you sure we go? You know, but we go wherever they say, hey, we're here and we want to share our talent. And of course, in this day and age, through the age of live streaming and the internet, we're showing it to the rest of the Bahamas. And that's how we found this gem right here from NGM Long. Well, he's a graduate now. I'm
a graduate now. I'm attending, well, I just got back from my first term, freshman, at Lane College in Tennessee.
Awesome.
But it's been awesome. I remember that same day, I was actually coming back from a flight.
Yes,
and I came back there, and I made it in just in time. They were literally just starting, and it was like, welcome back, Miles. It's your turn. Are you ready? I was like, give me like 5 seconds.
Let me dust off this airplane a little bit. But tell us about your talent. What did you present?
So for that day, I actually entered the category of jazz/Broadway/theater. You know, throughout my school life, although we didn't have the facilities there for it, I love theater and Broadway. You know, one of my favorite things was like Disney songs and music, specifically villain songs. Because I'm not gonna lie, because you know, the Disney villains, in my opinion, they have the best songs.
They get a bad rap, right?
They got the more dramatics, you know. But yeah, and jazz was another thing as well that I also really love.
Right.
And that's kind of inspiration for my parents as well, because they kind of raised me on like Disney movies and all sorts of different things, but also jazz. My father, you know, he got one of them cubes. So everyone at the school used to say, oh, here comes the jukebox. Because he used to be blasting music.
There you go. Yes. So how does it feel to be a national winner?
Let me tell you, because for a while I didn't even know I won.
Yeah, we keep it. We keep the scores for a little while because, of course, after we've gone around the country, there's so many scores that we have to. And we tell people that this is a national festival. So of course that means that the persons in Inagua are also competing against the persons in Grand Bahama. So we keep it until we can go through all of it. But you know what? Tonight is our award ceremony.
Tell me all about it.
We're going to be at the Performing Arts Center at the University of the Bahamas. It starts at 7 p.m. And we have persons that have come in from Eleuthera and Exuma and Harbor Island and Long Island, Miles, and they're coming to perform for everybody, and they're going to get their awards, most outstanding winner in these different categories. And we're inviting persons to come out, see these students perform and see the platforms that they're given. You know, everybody expects, so this may be not rock and roll, but we have some of those too, with Reagan Scrape and Junkanoo. But we have persons, like he said, he's doing theater and Broadway and jazz. And we have some kids that are doing classical piano and violins and it's just wonderful. I mean, I get excited when I think about the students.
Sounds like it's going to be a wonderful time.
Yes,
Tell us
definitely.
again the time and the place.
It is 7 p.m. tonight at the University of the Bahamas. And this is one of the first things that's happening here in the month of December, because this month is National Cultural Heritage Month.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
And so we must celebrate all of the talents that we have here, our heritage, all of our cultural gems.
Yes.
So, Miles, you're about to bless us with some song. Tell us what you're about to sing. Give us a little background.
Again, I already told y'all, I sing in Disney. Well, specifically, this is the same song I actually sang for the National Festival It's Poor Unfortunate Souls from Little Mermaid.
Yes.
Listen, I got a lot of thingum for singing that, and I was like, listen,
That's
I still
all right.
slapped.
That's all right. He
I
did-
still did good. All right.
So listen here.
Yeah.
Miles got a 98 honors
There you go.
in this festival given by Mr. Adrian Archer, who's the
Awesome.
yes.
Well, I can't wait to hear it. We're going to let you take center stage, Brother Miles.
All right.
And give us what you got.
All right.
Congratulations again.
Thank
Go
you.
for it.
I admit that in the past I've been a nasty. They weren't kidding when they called me, well, a witch. But you'll find that nowadays I've mended all my ways, repented, seen the lights, and made a switch. True? Yes. And I fortunately knew a little magic. It's a talent that I always have possessed. And lady, please don't laugh. I've used it on behalf of the miserable, the lonely, and depressed. Pathetic. Poor unfortunate souls in pain, in need. This song longing to be thinner, that one wants to get the girl, and do I help them? Yes, indeed. Those poor unfortunate souls, so sad, so true. They come flocking to my cauldron, spying spells or slip, please, and I help them. Yes, I do. Now it's happened once or twice. Someone couldn't pay the price, and I'm afraid I had to rake them across the coals. Yes, I've had the odd complaints, but on the whole, I've been a saint to those poor unfortunate souls. Now, my dear, here's the offer I can give you. I can give you 3 days on land. You'll be a human. But by the 3rd day, and listen, this is the important part, you need to get a kiss from your true love, that little princey of yours. Now, if you don't, well, you'll turn back into a mermaid, and you belong to me. Yes, I know it must be puzzling, but don't worry. If you get your kiss, you have your man. Oh, but there is one more thing. We haven't discussed payment. You see, it's nothing much, just a token, merely a trifle. You'll never miss it. Something small, in fact. Simply just your voice. Yes, no peeps, no buts, no sounds. And don't underestimate yourself, darling, because guess what? You have your looks, your pretty face. And listen, and don't underestimate the importance of body language. Ha! The men up there don't like a lot of blabber. They think a girl of gossip is a bore. Yet on land, it's much preferred to ladies not to say a word. And after all, day, what is idle prattle for? Come on! Men up there don't like a conversation. Two gentlemen avoid it when they can. But they don't intrude fawn on a lady who's a drawn. It's she who holds a tongue and gets a man. Come on, you poor unfortunate soul. Go ahead, make your choice. I'm a very busy man, and I haven't got all day. It won't cost much, just your voice. You poor unfortunate soul. It's sad, but true. If you want to cross my daughter's street, you got to pay the toll. Take a gulp and take a breath and go ahead and sign the scroll. Jetsam, now I got it, boys. The boss is on a roll. This poor, unfortunate soul.
Weather at sunrise.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers. Use SMS messaging instead. With Alive Business SMS messaging, you can send personalized messages to hundreds or even thousands of recipients instantly. It's quick, effortless, and cost-effective. Plus, it ensures that your messages are delivered directly to your customers' cellular phones, guaranteeing higher engagement. Save time and boost your outreach with SMS bulk messaging. Call Alive Business at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
Meet Leno, your bridge to the future. Wealth planning, investments, corporate services, trust services, pension administration, fund administration, outsourced accounting, and payroll. When you think of financial solutions, think of Leno. Local or international, company or individual, Leno can help. Our team of skilled professionals has the experience and expertise needed for you to strive. Your goals are our goals and our priority. Leno will guide you to the right financial solution with the knowledge, resources, and support you need. Give us a call at 242-396-3225 or email us at info@lenobahamas.com to get started. Visit our website, www.lenobahamas.com, for more information today. Leno, your bridge to the future.
Did you know the National Insurance Act provides for an insured pregnant woman to access her maternity benefit before or after delivering her baby? Expecting mothers are entitled to 13 weeks of maternity leave, which can be applied for by completing the Med-2 claim for maternity benefit form. Section A is completed by a registered physician or certified midwife. The medical practitioner certifies the expected or actual confinement period, signs the form, and affixes their official stamp. Forms completed by medical practitioners outside of the Bahamas must be accompanied by the physician's business card. In sections B and C, the claimant provides personal and employment details, declares their last day at work, signs and dates the form. The Med-2 form is always accompanied by Form Med-4 or Employer Certificate, which is completed by the employer. Both the Med-2 and accompanying Med-4 forms must be submitted within 3 months from the first day of confinement. Forms submitted outside of this period are considered late and will be subject to review by the Late Claims Committee. Before submitting forms, check that all fields are accurately completed. Incomplete forms or forms with incorrect information will delay the processing of your benefit application. For more information, visit the NIB website at nib-bahamas.com.
African Things is your one-stop shop for everything African. Make a bold fashion statement with vibrant colors and intricate patterns inspired by the beauty of Africa. Find trendy contemporary looks for every occasion and enjoy custom tailoring. Shop jewelry, purses, art, cosmetics, and much more. African Things is located in the Dugard Plaza, Palmdale, next to McDonald's. Open Tuesday to Saturday, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Come get your African Things.
The Your device is very affordable. It allows you to increase your internet connectivity. You were able to do away with the buffering, say goodbye to the dead spots. It gives them a much more stable connection. Their customers are able to view their digital menus. The establishment is able to stream. It allows for everyone, the customers and the business operators, to have a much more robust and stable internet connectivity.
Welcome back. The Promise is described as an epic musical drama of the life of Christ. Dino Huyler, Fine Arts Director at Evangelistic Temple, is here to tell us all about it. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to be here.
So, you know, this is a very special time of year. We're approaching the Christmas season, but I feel like most of the productions that we see that relate to Christmas speak to baby Jesus, but this particular musical drama that you have coming speaks to the entire life of Christ. Why was that your angle?
Well, Christmas is more than just about the birth of Christ. Mm-hmm. It's about a promise being fulfilled, the entire promise. His birth, his life, his ministry, his death, resurrection, and his ascension finally.
And so, obviously, you're trying to provide a more holistic view of the entire process.
Yeah. So the story basically starts out with a grandmother telling her granddaughter the story of the promise, about babies and how important it is and how God sees babies as a promise that life should go on for one more generation. In that story, she begins to tell her about Jesus, and characters of the story begin to appear around her, so they become a part of the story. So basically, it's a 3D, live, animated version of a story.
You know, when you talk about adding that human level or adding that authentic storyline that people can relate to a drama that relates to a Bible story, there seems to be a fine line. How do you approach that sensitivity or that artistic sensitivity where you take artistic license to make things more palatable or more relatable while staying true to the material in the text?
Well, basically what we do is take the simple side of the story, just the basic side of it. I guess you would say the prettiness of his birth, the powerful movements of his ministry, the healing in particular. People tend to be moved by that. Mm-hmm. They can identify with it. Yeah. And we tend to present the crucifixion in a way that is easy on the heart, I guess you can say, but still get the message across. And the hopeful part about it is the ascension and the promise to come again. So we try to make it just as kid-friendly, as adult-friendly as possible.
I'm like, you're talking about the ascension. I'm starting to imagine one of the actors being pulled up into the ceiling. I won't make you give away any highlights that you have, but I'm very excited. Can you share a little bit about your creative process in terms of the set design, costumes, and maybe, I don't know, any pyrotechnics or special effects?
Well, it's about a year in planning for this particular production. Normally it's about 6 months in planning, but this one took a little bit longer because it is a 2-hour show. Costume-wise, we are very lucky to have Teresa Clement in our crew. She is responsible for costuming. Our sets have been designed by various persons, but this particular one is designed by Tony DeVoe and airbrushing done by Neville Rowell. So we've been very blessed to have a whole pool of people to choose from. Special effects, I got to kind of keep that under wraps. Yeah. So it's one of those things where you got to come out and see. If you give it away, you kind of give away the the special part of it.
Absolutely, and I won't ask for any more secrets. Talk about, well, you mentioned a grandmother.
Yes.
Talk about the importance of storytelling in a compelling way in terms of getting the gospel across, because it's a story a lot of people are familiar with.
Yeah.
But why is it so important to take these creative approaches to the story?
You know, the Bible tells us that we are responsible for telling the next generation the stories of God, how he came, what he did, what the promises are, and what he is capable of doing. And so most of the time we hear it in a sermon or in a song, but to see it in video or to see it on stage adds a whole different element to the process of the story. It's a visual thing. Most of us are visual people. So if we see something on stage, it's more of an impact than sitting there and just simply reading a story.
And who was the writer of The Promise?
Well, The Promise is originally written by Jan Desart, music by Gary Rhodes, but it was adapted by me for our small theater company. We don't have a 500-piece company, so it was adapted by me. So pretty much what you will see on Sunday evening is I wouldn't say watered down, but a smaller version of the actual production itself.
Localized version.
Yes, localized, yes.
I love it. What do you want people to take away from this experience?
At the end of it, like the writer said, promises. God is full of promises. Mm-hmm. And at the end of it, we must realize that every word that God has promised, he will come true on. Every word of it. And that's what we want them to take away.
You know, E.T., I just happen to be familiar myself on many different levels, and I'm familiar with there's a lot of intention, there's a lot of excellence and work ethic that goes into the Christmas productions. I know my good friend Leonardo Newman, he would have produced a movie in light of a youth conference a few years ago. Why is this angle on captivating through drama and creative performances such an emphasis at this time?
I think, like I said before, a lot can be said in a sermon or in a song. Most people are visual. Mm-hmm. They need to see something, whether it's a video, whether it's a stage production. It's a different element of taking the gospel to where it needs to go. Mm-hmm. So I believe the arts is very important in terms of sharing the gospel, because most people may not sit through a sermon, but they will show up for a show. So it's a different way of spreading the message.
Absolutely. And if they want to show up for a show, when and where?
All right. Sunday, December 10th, this Sunday at Evangelistic Temple, 6:30 p.m. And December 17th at 6:30 p.m. Doors open at 5:45. Pre-show starts at 6:15 each night.
Oh, what can we look forward to in the pre-show?
Yeah. Temple Christian Elementary School their choir will do the pre-show on December 10th. Mm-hmm. And Temple Christian High School choir will do the pre-show on December 17th.
And is there a cost for the tickets?
No, it is free. Absolutely free.
So you definitely need to be there at 5:45 because it is free, so you can get a good seat.
Yes.
And you don't miss it sounds like it's going to be a spectacular show.
It is definitely going to be.
Well, I want to say congratulations on your work thus far, and we just hope that you have a wonderful rendition of The Promise.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
The Euro device is very affordable. It allows you to increase your internet connectivity. You are able to do away with the buffering, say goodbye to the dead spots. It gives them a much more stable connection. Their customers are able to view their digital menus. The establishment is able to stream. It allows for everyone, the customers and the business operators, to have a much more robust and stable internet connectivity.
Comfort Suites Paradise Island is the best kept secret in the Bahamas. Located directly next door to the Atlantis Resort, you'll receive all the privileges of an Atlantis guest with all the benefits of a Comfort Suite stay. Enjoy everything Atlantis has to offer, including Aquaventure Water Park, plus all the amenities of Comfort Suites. Free Wi-Fi, free breakfast daily, and kids stay, play, and eat free. Visit ComfortSuitesPI.com.
welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. We're up dead early on another fantastic Christmassy Friday, and we're so happy you stuck with us. We are at the Mid-Show. My name is Mark Daniels.
And I'm Davriel Gardner, wishing a happy Friday to you.
Tis the season to feel good. Tis also the season for lotion because it is cold. So reminding you all to make sure your lotion is well stocked. We don't need anybody catching fire today because ash is real.
I mean, that felt like a proper commercial. I thought you were going to be like, and sponsored by.
Sponsored by whichever one of you sponsors want to come and bring us some lotion. But real though, it's lotion time.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Elbows, knuckles, all that stuff. We had a great first half of the show. That rendition of the Little Mermaid song, like, you know, I felt like this was Bahamian Broadway. Like, I want to hear that in Bahamian dialect, right?
Absolutely. I felt a little embarrassed that I did not realize that song was from The Little Mermaid, which I've watched in recent time. But, you know, nevertheless, he did a fantastic job. And it did take me back to Broadway.
Very talented. I want to see more. I'm ready for all the villain songs. So you got the National Arts Festival happening this evening. Y'all go check it out at UB. Go support all the talented Bahamians we got out there. And who did you talk to?
You know, I got to talk to Dino Huyler from Evangelistic Temple about their upcoming Christmas production, which actually sounds really exciting. I was trying to pry his mouth, find out maybe if there's any sort of, you know, special effects. And it seems like there is going to be. So really looking forward to that.
Well, that's good. You know, there's lots of Christmas productions in place. If you have children or small children in your family, we know you got lots of them to attend this year. You got the church productions, you have festivals happening. So it's the festive season. Go out, network, fellowship, give someone a hug, tell them you love them, you know. Great new memories.
Absolutely. It's the most wonderful time of the year. We say that all the time, but it really is. That's what I've got on my red. I'm ready. I'm ready.
She's still talking about this
red.
red.
As in ready for a magical holiday season.
Yes, she's in her red. Obviously, right?
You'll do better next time.
I got it. And we got more coming up in our second half. We're going to be talking about golf. The president of the Bahamas Professional Golfers Association is here to tell us how they're gearing up for the 50th National Pro Golf Championships.
And we're going to hear from some exciting ladies who are going to talk to us about National Cultural Heritage Month. But all this after our second look at weather with Godfrey Burnside.
Weather at Sunrise, brought to you by NUA, the hands-on agency.
Thank you, Davriel. Good morning, Bahamas. And your second look at weather at sunrise. Have a ridge of high pressure north of the islands, and that's producing relative dry conditions, breezy, but also some cool temperatures over the next several days ahead of another cool front that's expecting here sometime on Monday morning. In the marine forecast today, those winds easterly at 15 knots through to 5 in northwest Bahamas, 15-20 knots east for some feet over the central and southeastern islands. On Saturday, the winds become east to southeast at 15 knots through to 5 in northwest Bahamas, continuing easterly at 15-20 knots east for some feet of the central and southeastern islands. Then on Sunday, after that cold front, those winds become southeast to south at 15-20 knots east, 47 feet over the northwest Bahamas, east to southeast at 15-20 knots east, 47 feet over the central and southeastern islands. Your tides. You can expect a low tide at 10:16 this morning. Next high tide will be at 4:15 this afternoon. Low again tonight at 12 minutes past 10. Sunset 5:20 this evening. Rising one 6:42. UV index 7, your water temperature 70 degrees Fahrenheit, honeymoon phase, last quarter. Your external look, nice weekend in store weather-wise, partly sunny skies, mild temperatures, cool at night, but then you have a cold front moving here sometime on Monday morning, but you have some pre-frontal activity will start in Grand Bahama on Sunday night, with some showers and possible thunderstorms. That cold front moves through in the early morning hours, and then by afternoon, over the New Providence, the Luther Andrews area, and then in the central and southeastern islands. Those temperatures daytime will be in the low east daytime, at nighttime in the upper 60s. That puts you up in your final look at weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Davriel.
Thanks, Godfrey. December is National Cultural Heritage Month, and with me now to tell us more about this are Moya Thompson, Cultural Officer of Film in the Division of Cultural Affairs, Abby Smith, Cultural Officer of Art in the Division of Cultural Affairs, and we have a special treat that Sonovia Pierre is still with us to tell us more about this. Good morning, ladies, and welcome back.
Good morning.
Well, thanks for sticking with us.
Yes, yes.
And welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. So what is National Cultural Heritage Month?
Somebody want to take it? I'll take it. All right. So, well, you know what? We know that Junkanoo happens in December. I mean, that is our culture, our tradition. And so at the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, we just made December that month. And so for years now, we've been creating programs, festivities, activities around the country, the different cultural offices on different islands, basically just highlighting different aspects of our culture. And so that's what it is. That's what it is.
You know, December strikes as a really fitting time.
Yeah,
as you said.
it's festive and everybody's in a party mood.
Yes.
Yeah.
Junkanoo, which is really, I don't want to say the pinnacle of our culture, but one of those iconic celebrations
Right.
that people think of. And then you have time on your hands.
Yeah, well,
because
most
things
of
are
us.
slow. Right.
We don't.
We don't.
Except if
Busy
you work
month.
in the cultural affairs division.
Yes.
Many of us, things are slowing down. So you do have that time to pause and reflect. Is there a particular theme for this year?
Well, it's celebrating ourselves, continuing the cultural legacy. And when you think about that, you know, we say, Junkanoo is the cultural identifier for the Bahamas. And so, of course, that's what unites us. And so when you think about Cultural Month, you think about Junkanoo, you automatically say, oh boy, we celebrating ourselves because Junkanoo is who we are. But culture is who we are, and the Bahamian culture is so diverse that many people don't realize that it has so many things attached to it, even from the way we look, the way we dress, the way we speak, you know, the way we interact with one another. That's us. That's culturally us, you know, unique, diverse, and, as we say, very, very Bahamian.
So we talked about a festive season. What are some of the festivities that you have planned?
Well, this month we have a whole plethora. We've been working on our schedules in September.
Our director keeps us busy.
So we have a very, very packed schedule. We've actually already started. We began with the tree lighting ceremony that occurred last week or Thursday, and we've been going ever since. We've had Culture in the Park, which is a community outreach that our Officer Henry Higgins does different communities. We've had different Marathon Estates was the one that we had last week Saturday, but we've also done Elizabeth Estates and Fort Charlotte, Fox Hill as well. Just last night we actually had the liturgical dance celebration on Fox Hill Park. We have two film events coming up on Sunday. We have the Film Flicks, which is Bahamian films. We'll be screening Bahamian films at the National Art Gallery, and we also have a film competition that's happening. It's an 8-hour film competition. Yes, I thought of you.
8 hours.
An 8-hour film competition. They have to conceptualize, shoot, and edit the film and be done at 6 o'clock.
Oh my gosh.
So about 2 to 3 minutes, they've given about 2 to 3 minutes time to do films. We have children, teens, adults. We have a range of contestants. We have 5 instructors for that. We have the mural launch that Abby Smith had overseen with students that she was working with. Very beautiful murals that is going to be set up at Arawaki.
Yes.
We are very excited about that. The work is spectacular. These are teens that worked on this, and we also have, speaking of Arawaki, we have Culture on the Key.
That was my next question.
Yes. Culture on the Key, which is an event that kind of amalgamates everybody. So we have film screening at that event. We have a book fair. We have a book fair overseen by Assistant Director of Culture, Portia Sands. We have a fashion show overseen by our cultural officer, Anya Bo. And then we have the Native Children Show, which our cultural officer for drama, Terez Davis, will be overseeing. So that's a full event. We have Peck and Paste, which will also happen on Sunday right after the film competition, with our cultural officer for Junkanoo, Ellery DeVoe, is overseeing, where it's like sip and paint,
But it's
eating and pasting.
I love that.
Like eat
Yes.
Priorities.
Sample.
Yes.
Sample.
And so there will be vendors there that will be selling food. So we encourage people to come out, bring some money, and come out and get your junk canoe on. We have the National Arts Festival, which we've already spoke about. The National Arts Festival, which is happening tonight.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm leaving some things out, but because there are
I don't
a
even
lot
know
of
how
things.
that's possible. That was a lot.
Oh yes, the Junk Canoe Legends.
On Monday.
Junk Canoe Legends, where we're inducting, of course, some greats of the Junk Canoe world from around the country. They'll be inducted into the Legend Circle.
As well as celebrating, I think, 50 years. This is the 50 years anniversary, so we're also commemorating legends who have already been honored.
Correct.
And they will be so there's the legends who haven't been honored, and then there are the legends who were honored, which will be the golden legends. Persons, some posthumously, some have already passed away, but their family will be there. That will be at Government House. So we do have a lot of activities.
I'm like, I think y'all are gonna need a vacation from this holiday vacation.
Say again.
Say it loud.
What you don't realize, or what people don't realize, is that these events are free. There are some that have vendors where you come, and of course you would patronize the vendors, the book fair, the authors there selling their books, and of course persons will be there selling food and whatnot, what have you. But to bring your family, it's all free and it's all safe. It's all about family and culture and traditions, and that's what we are at the Department of Culture.
I love it. I mean, it sounds, well, it is definitely a densely packed month, but I mean, all of the events, they sound really meaningful and, Bahamian culture appropriate.
Yes.
But I guess let's talk about why this was so important. Why was it so important for us to pause and call December National Cultural Heritage Month?
We have to know who we are, where we came from, what we're all about, to know where we're going. And we sit down in these meetings sometimes and we're hashing out, what do we say? How do we say to the public what we're doing? And we came up with continuing our legacy because, of course, this was our 50th year of independence. And just because we got to 50, it isn't, okay, drop the ball.
Yeah.
Now we have to make it stronger because we have to move on. As persons would have seen earlier, the young man from Long Island, he's from Long Island, so people would be like, oh, he's in the island, so he's not getting this or getting that. But that's not what it's about. All of us are one, different cultures, different islands, and even in some instances, some islands have different cultures within the island.
Yeah.
But we, at the Department of Culture, we create a platform so that the country can say, this is who we are. We're continuing the legacy. We're allowing you to bring your uniqueness. You're still Bahamian, but sharing with everybody, and that's what we're all about.
Love that. Of course, we talked about Junk Canoe in terms of the importance of celebrating it and remembering it, but what is the Division of Cultural Affairs involvement going to be in this year's Junk Canoe Parade?
Anybody want to take it?
Well, what I will say is that there are a lot of moving parts with Junk Canoe. So there are different associations that handle different parts. The Division of Cultural Affairs, we ensure that the Junk Canoe groups are given, they get seed money from the Division of Culture, each group. So we would have already had the press release for that. There are workshops that are done within there. We also deal with vendors for that event, and then just the putting together of the parade itself. Now, some people are calling us for tickets. We are not handling tickets.
No, we don't do tickets.
We
don't have any tickets.
And I understand the tickets were sold out, and I think they were able to get some more tickets, but that's a lie. So that we don't handle tickets.
That part of it we don't handle.
Like,
but
the
the bleachers are already going up and things like of that nature. So we handle the putting together. We have persons who are, if there are persons who wish to even work Junk Canoe.
Right, the staffing of it, the persons that
deal with
take
that.
the tickets, deal with the bleachers. We're the facilitators.
Yes.
As on behalf of the government, of course. But yeah, like Moya said, that's the way it is. But we ain't got no tickets.
We ain't got no tickets.
It sounds like y'all have been harassed for some tickets.
Yes. No, people are calling. People are calling. We don't we call alive. We don't have the tickets, but we do. And then they also already picked their numbers. That was done this past Saturday, so everybody should know the lineup already. Those things have already happened. So we're just looking forward now to going on Bay Street and we keep an update. Our cultural officer Ellery DeVoe does a really good job of keeping us updated. How many more days until Junkanoo?
Our team at the office, we have to shout out to them because they work tirelessly behind the scene. You know, we're in there. We were on Russell Square. We're in the office sometime 2:00 in the morning. We're working because people don't realize. You know, until I came from education into culture, I didn't realize how intensive, extensive, and every kind of sieve that Junkanoo is. All the working parts, it's a lot of work, right down to the vendors, right down to signage, right down to making sure that people are safe with insurance, fencing. It's a lot of work. And so it constantly goes. The office is hustling and bustling right now, literally.
I think it's very appropriate, you know, just to celebrate all those people, because I think we do take for granted the logistics that go into making things happen, and sometimes, you know, we'll be impatient and not understand that these are all very important things to ensure safety, to ensure a wonderful show for everyone, and a fair judging process, because we know how those groups can get when they feel. Yes. So.
But we want to say thank you, you know, to the many organizations that work with us, BPL and the police and all of them. They work along with us, and you guys here at TCL, you know, we come here and we say, help us to get the word out. So there are a lot of persons and moving parts that work with us. The teachers in the schools for Junior Junkanoo that's coming up, because even though it's December, we still extend into the new year because we go into the islands for their Junkanoo parades and Junior Junkanoo as well as Senior Junkanoo. So it goes on.
Wow, I am confident that you are going to have an excellent, or that we are going to have an excellent, you know, National Cultural Heritage Month.
That is our
exciting things to come. I'm excited for the Junkanoo Parade. Don't call them and ask them for any tickets.
No, we ain't got no tickets.
And I just want to say thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having us.
And thank you for watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Jingle all the way around the world with Shell this Christmas. Win $30,000 in prizes when you spend $20 in fuel at any Shell location now through January 5th. Enter now to win 2 round-trip tickets to the Miami Dolphins and Buffalo Bills game, or see the world with a $5,000 travel voucher. Weekly winners will be selected to win thousands of dollars in free fuel, grocery, and many more fabulous prizes. Fuel up and get your receipt for a chance to win with Shell now through January 5th, 2024.
Hey Mom, can you look after Kaylee?
Sorry, I'll be out for a while dealing with my home and car insurance.
What? You know there's a newer way, right?
A new way?
Where have you been? Look, go to newerinsurance.com, log in, get your quote, buy your insurance, done. You can even use it to manage your claim.
Oh?
By the way, it's not newer. It's N-U-A. Where's she been?
Do it anyway with NUA Insurance Agents and Brokers.
The National Junkanoo Committee is an advisory body appointed by the Cabinet of the Bahamas government. Joining us now to tell us all about the National Junkanoo Committee are Dr. Dwight Marshall. He's a deputy co-chair of the National Junkanoo Committee. We have Kishlane Smith. She is the deputy co-chair of the National Junkanoo Committee. And Warren Andrew Pinder. He is the chairman of the National Junkanoo Committee. Here we are. Welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise, everybody.
Thank you. Good morning.
Just now we was rushing on set, and it was a big joke because here we are, the Junkanoo Committee. So, tell me, Mr. Pinder, what is the National Junkanoo Committee and what is its purpose?
The National Junkanoo Committee is a statutory board, as you said, appointed by the government of the Bahamas. We are here to advise the minister on Junkanoo affairs throughout the archipelago, ensuring that Junkanoo is preserved and carried out in one manner.
And what are the roles and responsibilities of the National Junkanoo Committee?
Oh, our roles are vast. As you mentioned, we are responsible for Junkanoo throughout the country. That means we're responsible for the administration, the parades, the judging, apart from the senior parades on New Providence. all the other islands come under the National Junkanoo Committee. So our responsibilities include the judging of the parades, the National Junkanoo Legends Circle, marketing, and most importantly, Junior Junkanoo. Our children, they are the feeder for the senior parades. And so we take our responsibilities very, very seriously to ensure that we can facilitate that and see the transparency that funnels throughout the country.
You guys have a full plate. You sound more important than the election committee, right?
And in addition to that, we're also responsible for the marketing of Junkanoo, and we've been doing a tremendous job in that regard as well.
Which I would come in and say, yeah, I've been seeing, Junkanoo. I don't know if it has to do with like tourism products or just around the world. I've just been seeing Junkanoo in other places, exposing Junkanoo. So we'll talk more about the National Junkanoo Committee and all of your successes. But recently there was a big Junkanoo practice rush out, right? That happened downtown. Tell us a little about that.
Well, we partnered with Scotiabank, right? And we wanted to do something for the Junkanoo Committee because going down the stretch, it is a financial challenge. Yeah. And with this economic climate, it was tough. And we tried to keep a certain standard, all the groups. So one of our mandates as a National Junkanoo Committee is to try and create ways to put monies in the pockets of the Junkanoos themselves. The groups get money, right? And they, there's another body that takes care of that part. But we've promised to try and help with the regular average Junkanoo who has to reach in their pocket, because they're the people who really put on the show. And any opportunity we can to the National Junkanoo Committee, we're going to find ways to get monies in their pocket to help defray the cost of putting on the parade.
That's fantastic, because I know some Junkanoos, and you got getting down to this time of year, man. All they eating is grits.
Right.
Not even tuna and grits, just grits, because they saving money, get tricking out their costumes, getting ready to hit base. So that's very important. Once you're paid, you're a professional. So you can say that everyone who rushes, who gets paid, you're a professional Junkanoo, and I love that. Tell us, so how is the National Junkanoo Committee looking to expand Junkanoo? What's next for Junkanoo?
Junkanoo is after the expansion of Junkanoo goes beyond New Providence. We're trying to bring up to scratch the Junkanoo parades throughout the archipelago. We're going to Eleuthera on the 23rd. All right, the 6th would be in the Exumer. So we've been going throughout the Family Islands, actually helping them with training. We had dynamic training sessions in Grand Bahama. We're scheduled to, for the first time, go to Bimini to try and organize a Junkanoo parade there. So that's the next expansion that we're looking toward.
All right, looking forward to the day when a big Family Island group come in for our Boxing Day and come and take the crown. Oh, that can be big things. You were going to...
In addition to that, though, there are many persons who are Junkanoos who prefer not to be a part of the parade. And so the National Junkanoo Committee, we've also introduced something for our students called the Essay, Logo, and Poetry Competition. And we must give kudos to Seoul Petroleum, because they have been our sole corporate sponsor for the last 34 years. And in our introduction of the Essay, Logo, and Poetry Competition, we've had a very, very vast array of attendees, admittance, and the talent in this country is real. I mean, on the islands that you wouldn't even expect anything from Junkanoo, they are there. And so we're very appreciative to our listening, our viewing audience, people who watch us, monitor what we're doing. Junkanoo is real in the country. We want to keep it alive. And in doing so, we're feeding it through our youth.
And that's how you keep it alive.
Indeed,
Teach them, give them the tools.
The fundamentals, yes.
I might say I like junior Junkanoo more than the senior parade. I feel there's more vibe there, man.
Yes, you're not alone. A lot of people are very, very interested and love junior Junkanoo because it's a family atmosphere, as does the senior parades, but the children are participating. And you get to see and nurture their talents. Yes.
I'm sure that everybody knows that when it comes down to it, the morning after Junkanoo, there's a lot happening with regards to judging and tallying. And just tell us, how does judging actually work? I know it's probably a very complicated process, but give us an idea of how the judging actually works during the parade.
Well, okay. Well, with us, with the National Junkanoo Committee, we've found a good formula. On our board, we have many, many professionals on our board, and there's one person in particular, I don't know if I can disclose his name, but he is a numbers guru. And so he formulated a tabulated platform where he inserts the numbers as the parade proceeds, and by the end of the parade, we'll be able to determine exactly who won the parade. So judging for us is different because every island is unique, and so we have to take advantage of the opportunities that are there on the island, understanding the dynamics on those islands, and ensuring that whatever rules are in place are from those respective islands. And so the beauty of it is that each island, very different. We can't take New Providence to Grand Bahama for say, and we definitely can't take New Providence to Eleuthera, or we can't take it to Abaco or Andros. So we have to appreciate that every island has its own unique parameter. And the rules are indicative to that particular island.
Again, but it's still, at the end of the day, it's still based on subjectivity, right?
Yes.
So we're still going on with somebody's opinion is of what happened. Right?
Yes.
And with that comes a lot of controversy. But we have to just appreciate what we have. Jungle is the greatest show on earth, bar none. Whatever country you're from, whatever festival you have, bring it. You can't match it. So as Bahamians, we just need to appreciate that art form. And, you know, it's a lot of fun. So just appreciate what you see, because it's a lot of hard work, and we do it for the public. So.
And we can be there Boxing Day and New Year's in full force, supporting all of the groups, supporting all of you who've made this possible as a National Jungle Committee. We'd like to congratulate y'all on all y'all hard work, and we're looking forward to more to come, especially them big parades and the family islands. That Bimini one. I can see y'all in Bimini.
Right.
Thanks for being here this morning on Bahamas at Sunrise.
Thank you so much.
You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
One thing, two things, blue thing, old things, things that are small, things that are grand, things that fit just right in the palm of your hand. Fox Hill Nursery, a large selection of garden supplies. If you can see it in your mind, you can find it at Fox Hill Nursery.
Well, it has been another fantastic Friday, as Mark would say, here on Bahamas at Sunrise. We've had such exciting conversations about all the wonderful things that are happening in December, which happens to be our National Cultural Heritage Month, if you didn't know.
Yeah, and so there's lots of things happening this weekend, but I know you're probably getting ready for the season. Those of you who are doing your Christmas shopping, you're ready, starting to stock up on the food for Christmas dinner, you're getting out there early so you're missing all the lines, or you're just gonna relax this weekend, cuddle up in bed. Whatever it is, you had a great week, you had a productive week, you got up early with us today, so congratulations, and you made it to work on time because you was up with us. So have yourself a good weekend, and when we can see y'all Monday?
Monday.
See y'all on Monday. Have a good weekend.